welcome to my channel. So today I have a video all using the Tarte's Pro To Go palette. I thought it would be a good idea to use some of the small palettes in my video. I have so many of these little baby palettes and everyone's using their huge Jaclyn Hill palette and stuff, and it's nice to have a little Pro To Go palette to give you all the shades that you need. And I'm also using a BH Cosmetics palette that they sent me for purchasing their brushes, and this is the Bronze Paradise palette, and it's just another one of those palettes that I feel like I've never seen on YouTube, and I just wanted to use it because I think it's such a good palette. So if you want to see me come up with this look that I'm wearing right now using both of these little palettes, then just keep on watching. This is so weird because I'm going to be using all brand new brushes today. I finally got some brushes from BH Cosmetics. They were on like mega sale and I got 2 sets for $15, and they sent me a palette because it was Black Friday. I don't really know why they sent me this palette, but when I heard that I was getting this palette, I was like, I don't like it. Like, just the way that it looked online was like not something that I would use. And then I got it, and I think it's huge for a free palette. Like, usually they're like this, you know? So I got a free palette. It comes with a huge mirror, which like most palettes don't even come with mirrors anymore. And let me try and not blind you and show you this. It's literally gorgeous. Like, if you just don't look at the blue, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful palette. And I was just touching it and like swatching it last night, and oh my goodness, like, wait till you guys see the highlight. Like, wait till you guys see it. And I was just touching them and swatching them and stuff, and they were so soft and creamy. They literally felt like ColourPop little pot Super Shock shadows because they were so creamy, and I was so impressed with this palette. So I'm really hoping that their brushes work out because I haven't used new brushes in a long, long time. I'm going to actually start off with my eyes today because I don't really know how intense this is going to get, and I just want to make sure that I can clean it up at the end. I'm going to start with some Tarte Shape Tape Concealer on my eyes. I'm already failing at this look because I don't like any of the brushes for concealer, so I'm going to just stick to my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush because you guys know I have really bad circles under my eyes, and this is just the brush that I know packs the product on and does a good job with my concealer, so I'm going to just keep using this one. Okay, and I'm going to use this pink little brush. This is the number 4. And I'm going to use this to set the concealer that we just put down. I'm like so amazed at how cheap these brushes were, but they are so soft. I totally thought that I was gonna get like brushes that really were what you're paying for, and I'm really, really impressed. Alright, now that that is down, I'm going to use the first color in the little Tarte palette, and this is the shade Drive. I really don't know what this is gonna do because it's kind of my skin tone, but we're gonna try it. So I'm gonna use the number 6 brush, and I'm gonna just put this in my crease as a transition shade. Let's see if she does anything. Okay, so I'm actually really impressed with this shadow. I think it's doing a great job of just creating kind of like a shadow above the eye without being too orangey for like a transition shade. So once that shade is down, I'm gonna just take a clean, really similar brush to that one actually, and just clean up the crease and make sure that there's no lines. And then with the same brush we used for the first shadow, I'm going to use the orangey brown shade Crisp right here. And I'm going to further deepen my crease with that. I'm not going to bring that one in as far. I'm going to kind of try and make this a transition out to the outer corner. So I'm going to just take a little bit of Crisp and focus it on the outer V of my eye. So I'm going to take it up into the crease, but like not even halfway. And then I'm gonna take more of that shade and kind of drag it in towards the lash line. So I'm kind of making like a little V or like a little 7, a backwards 7, I guess. and making sure that like I really tap off and then drag that shade out. A lot of people don't like to do this. I love when my makeup looks kind of blown out. And I was talking to my cousin this morning and I said, like, what do you want to see on my channel? Because she's not super into makeup, but she wants to be, and she doesn't really know how to do a lot of stuff. And so she said, like, how do you wing out your eyeshadow like that? So that's what I'm going to do in this tutorial. Remember, too, that we didn't do the face makeup yet, so it's going to literally look insane until we do the whole look. So if you're watching this right now and you're like, what on earth is she doing? That looks crazy. Give me a few minutes and I promise it will look so much better. Back with the blending brush, I'm going to take the first shade we used, which was Drive, which was the little transition shade, and I'm going to just get a little bit more of that and use it to blend this shade up towards the brow bone and just make sure there's no lines. Okay, and then I'm going to use the shade Stylin' right here, which is like a deep chocolatey brown, and I'm going to use the number 5 brush, which is similar to the blending brushes but a little bit more dense and firm. This is a great brush for packing shades on, so that's what I'm going to do with Stylin', is I'm going to just take it right into the deepest part of my crease, which is right here at the end. And I'm going to kind of pack and swipe. So I'm going to pack it on the outer portion. And then I'm going to swipe what's left on the brush in towards the crease, but I'm not going to go that far at all. And then I'm going to take a little flat shader brush. This is the number, I think this is the number 9. And then I'm going to just take more of the shade Drive, which is the first shade we used, and use this as my lid color. So I actually feel like I brought this look up towards the brow just way too much. So what I'm going to do to fix that is take my RCMA No Color Powder and a clean blending brush. I'm using not one from BH Cosmetics just because I'm out. And then I'm going to take that right underneath my brow bone and just start to blend down into the shadow. And what this is going to do is honestly just soften it up a lot. This is just a problem I have with makeup. I tend to have that problem with makeup. I just tend to get carried away and start really bringing things up into my brow. So this is just the way that I like to fix that. And it doesn't like change the look. It really just helps blend it out. If you ever get a palette too that's like, some palettes just don't blend really well. Like the eyeshadows just don't blend that well. I love taking No Color or any kind of translucent powder, just taking a little bit and just blending it right over the shadows. It won't change the color of the shadow because it's translucent, but it'll really help make it easier to blend. Okay, so the last step that I'm going to do is I just feel like I lost a little bit of the orangey crisp shade, so I'm going to add that back in and just take a little bit of it. Kind of put that right in between the lid shade and the dark brown. And that's pretty much it for the eyes. So like I said, I know it looks like I got punched in the eyes, but we're going to bring the look together. I'm going to use my Professional Primer by Benefit on the pore areas of my face. And I'm going to just warm that up in my fingers and put that right where my pores are the biggest. And then to prime the rest of my face, I'm going to use the ColourPop Amethyst Crystal Priming Spray. For foundation, I'm going to use my Too Faced Born This Way foundation in the shade Warm Nude for a few reasons. I have way too many really dark foundations that I want to get rid of, and this is one of them. So I'm going to try and use it up, and I think, like, I'm self-tanned. My face isn't as self-tanned anymore, but my neck and stuff still is kind of tan. So I think that this is going to be a good color match. So for foundation, I'm going to use the number 2 brush, which is like a really dense, flat brush. Okay, so I don't like this foundation. I just don't. I needed 4 pumps to cover my face, and I still feel like my texture looks so bad. But I like this brush. To conceal under my eyes, I'm going to use my Tarte Shape Tape and my Maybelline Age Rewind. Shocker! So, I think I've showed this before, but since we did the eyes first, you have to be really careful when you conceal, because you need to, well, this is my technique. I think I literally showed this the other day. This is my technique. I like to look as far as I can this way, like put my head as far as I can this way, and then look into the mirror, and that's how I determine how I want to slice my makeup. Because they say you can follow the bottom of your eye, they say that you can just draw it. I don't know if it's my eye shape or what, but I have such a hard time getting them both even. So this is how I like to do it. But again, I literally just look as far as I can this way and slice it up. And not bad, right? And then from there, it's easy. You just fill it in. To set underneath my eyes, I'm going to use my same Rimmel powder and that same brush. I'm also going to take a little bit of my RCMA No Color powder on a Morphe sponge and just pounce this underneath the eyes just to brighten them a little bit more. And then while that's baking underneath my eyes, I'm going to use my Wet n Wild contour stick in the shade Where's Walnut. And okay, so my friend Maggie recommended this to me, and I really, really love it. So I've been taking this on an e.l.f. small stipple brush, just because, again, I don't have a stipple brush in this, so I'm going to just use what I have. And then I'm going to spray it with some Mario Badescu spray. And this is going to just make it a little bit creamier. So I've been swiping my little stick, getting some product on there, and using this to contour my cheeks. So I've been going right here and just stippling it literally like that far, just like to the edge of my eye, and blending it in. It's so nice and easy to contour. And then I'm going to show you how to clean it up in a minute. And then on my forehead, I kind of just, honestly, just draw it on. And then blend it in that way, because it's like not as precise when you're contouring your forehead. And then whatever's left, I kind of use to swizzle up and connect the two contours. And that's pretty much it for the contour. To clean it up, if you guys are like, what on earth, that does not look good, you can clean it up by using your RCMA powder. I'm going to just set the forehead, because my forehead tends to crease really easily, so I'm going to just set that with whatever's left on my Morphe sponge after our baking. And then I'm going to brush away the rest of my baking. And okay, with baking, you can obviously just blend this off, but you still have the powder in your face. So what I like to do is I like to blend it, pick a little bit of it up, and then blend it in towards the rest of my face, or use it to actually end up setting more of your face, because it's not like the powder sinks into your skin or anything. It's kind of like you're just left with extra powder. So I like to take the extra powder and just kind of blend it around where I still need to set. Because if you guys may have noticed, I didn't set my face today. Like, I didn't go in with my Rimmel powder like I always do. I've been trying to let myself not be as dry lately. And then I'm going to just clean up a little bit, because I feel like this one is higher than this one. And then I'm going to take this number 2 brush. I'm going to use my Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. You can also use, Chocolate Soleil bronzer, and I'm going to just use a little bit of this just to set the contour. Not really to add much, but just to kind of set it in place. For blush, I'm going to use my Pearlescent Pink by Wet n Wild, and I'm just going to take a little bit on the number 1 brush. Just pounce this a little bit on the apples of my cheeks and blend it right back into the bronzer. Okay, so to highlight the face, I don't know what I'm doing, honestly. I don't know what I'm doing. This is the closest brush I have to being a highlighting brush, and it's pretty big. But I'm going to try it out, and I'm going to try and use this new BH Cosmetics palette highlight that comes in this right here. This looks so much like Jeffree Star and Manny MUA's collab, but anyway, I'm going to just try a little bit of this. Oh my goodness. I love this. Okay guys, so to finish off the eyes, I'm going to take the shade Crisp again, and I'm going to use this brush because there's not a good brush for the under eye area. And I'm going to just smoke this underneath my eye and line it up with the line that we created. I'm going to go back into the BH Cosmetics palette and just take this creamy vanilla shimmery shade right there and put that underneath my brow bone. And then I'm also going to wet that same brush and go in with that same shade and just put that on the inner corner of my eye. I'm going to curl up my eyelashes and apply some of my NYX Pinup Tease mascara. While my mascara dries, I'm going to put on my e.l.f. eyebrow pencil in the shade Neutral Brown. Okay, once my 2 uneven eyebrows are on, I'm going to use some lashes. I'm going to use my Ardell 207 lashes today. While my glue is drying for the other eyelash, I'm going to just start and put some mascara on the bottom lash line. Look at the difference between this eye and this eye, like, so cool. Okay, so we're almost done. Didn't I tell you guys that the eyes would look so much better once everything was on? They do. Okay guys, so to finish off the look, I'm going to use my NYX lip pencil in the shade Mauve. Shocking, I know. And the shade Bare It All by Wet n Wild. I'm going to just set my face with my Mario Badescu spray. Okay guys, so this is the look that I came up with using my Little Tarte Pro To Go palette and also using my little BH Cosmetics palette. This is the Bronze Paradise palette also, if I didn't mention that. I think it came out really nice. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe on your way out and let me know in the comments what you guys would want to see next. And I will see you guys in my next video.